Get a little bit of footage of the tank before I start messing around with it. See the crayfish going wild down there. See it moving. So in this tank I've got gold barbs. See them over here, the golden guys. I really like them. I can't tell if I've got any males and they're just not in super great breeding coloration or not. Normally their fins will get very orange and red for breeding purposes. Now they are pretty orange, honestly, pretty red, and that's good, but I can't tell if there's actually a male among them. I'm not sure. Haven't kept them long enough to know. Obviously zebra danios, two longfin ones, there's one. Cherry barbs. I really like the cherry barbs. The little male, there he is. He's pretty cool. I like him, I don't know why. And then the albino cherry barbs, they're kinda iffy. I'm not big on them. I'll probably never get them again. They're kind of pretty, but they act very aggressive towards the other cherry barbs. Sometimes they act very weird. They don't act like I would expect a cherry barb to act, and how the other ones act. It's kind of odd. I didn't think the albino would be much of a difference, but apparently it is. There's my red-tailed shark in the background, swimming around doing its thing. I just fed them, so they're kind of roaming around. He's trying to eat. He's been surviving mostly on algae, brown algae, but now that it's kind of dying off, he's eating a lot more of just the regular food that I put in. But he's absolutely gorgeous. Probably my favorite fish. Easily my favorite fish. See, there's a bit of algae on the tank. Like I said, I need to do some water changes and clean it, but here's my orange Mexican dwarf crayfish. Now, you'll see them more brightly colored than this. His color's kind of washed out because he's living in this white sand tank. It'd be better if I had him in a darker substrate tank. He was just going crazy. What is he doing? I would say he's probably my favorite. Him and the red-tailed shark are my two favorites. I love Mexican dwarf crayfish. They're hilarious. They have some of the spunk and feistiness of a regular crayfish, but none of the size and danger. So they're pretty great. I adore these little guys. I'm gonna try to get a breeding pair before too long and start breeding them. I'm not sure if this is a male or female. You have to lift it up and flip it over to be sure. And I really don't feel like doing that. I think last time I looked, I thought it was a male, because it'll have an extra set of appendages right here. And then the gold rabbit's now chilling by the plant. He doesn't move much. I mean, he's alive, but he doesn't really move a whole lot. Before he was all over, but it seems like now he's getting enough food that he just kind of sits here. My clam, my freshwater clam in there, doing his thing, being clammy. So that's pretty much what I got in this tank so far. The striped Raphael catfish is behind the intake sponge. You can't really see him. In that other video I took earlier, you couldn't see him, so I doubt you can see him now. But he's back there. You can see him in person. It's a nice little treat to see it. It's a very pretty fish, I think. You just don't see it often because it's a nocturnal fish. And normally it's hiding in some of these PVC pipes or in this cave. But yeah, absolutely adore the red-tailed shark. I'll probably try to do a species profile on the red tail, and then probably the Mexican dwarf. They're what I've kept the longest, or I at least have the most knowledge about, I suppose. The rest of these fish are pretty easy to keep. The red tail's pretty easy to keep too, and really so is the Mexican dwarf. All of these fish, honestly, are pretty easy to keep. With the exception, the only thing that I think is a little hard to keep is the gold rabbit snails. They can be really iffy, in my experience. But you know, I'll probably try to do some species profiles later on after I get this aquascape done and all that. But I just want to take a break from getting that set up to show you guys some of this, because I know in the other video I kind of briefly showed the tank to show off the intake sponge that I got from Aquarium Co-op, and so I figured I'd show off some more. I'm not going to list the plants that I've gotten here so far. I mean, there's a Hydrophila angustifolia, I think, in the back, or water willow. sword plant, I've got its name, Pygmy Dwarf's chainsword, which it's really not looking too pygmy-like. It's really more of a dwarf chainsword than it is a pygmy, I think. Red crypt, or bronze crypt, although it's really more of a red. Another crypt species that's really taken off. It's starting to spread out and really look good. I'm not sure what these are. The place I got them from were not very good about IDing plants. Some type of rotilla species, I think. Again, they're not very good at IDing plants, and most of the places I go around here, they're just kind of like, oh, here's an aquarium plant, good luck. They told me to plant it as a bunch, but that was a very, very poor decision, I have later found out. But I'm keeping them as a bunch for right now until I mess with it. But yeah, that's pretty much the plants I got there. So that's it. Like I said, I'll be giving you some updates on the aquascape. Adios.